Hi, I'm Derek Kreider from Muraflex, and today we're going to be talking about field measurement process. To take field measurements, you'll need the following tools: a tripod, tape measure, laser distance tape measure, a 3-point plumb bob laser, a line laser, your field measure sheets, and pencil. So let's get started for setup for our field measurements. So the first thing we need to do in the field measure process is set up our laser on our tripod and then establish a benchmark. Our benchmark is used to determine total height as well as any adjustability in the ceiling and floor. We like to use a multiple of 10, and in this case we're going to use 50 to establish our benchmark. You can see I've already marked my 50 here, and from that point I'm going to put my laser line on that point and measure from there. Now that we have our laser on and our benchmark up, we're going to verify that it's actually at our 50-inch mark. Our laser is at our 50-inch mark, so we're going to record that number on our field measurement sheets. We'll then continue to take measurements at every seam or edge of glass and at every edge of door. In this particular case, we have 2 pieces of glasses, and we record 50 inches there. At our door jamb, we record 50 1/8. And at the other side of our door, we record 50 1/8 as well. We're going to repeat the process at the floor, ensuring that our tape measure is on the slab and that we record the number shown on the laser line. In this case, 58 3/16, 58 1/8. At our edges of 2 pieces of glass, 58 1/16, and at the end of our wall, 58 1/8. We also want to make sure we measure our floor to benchmark and our door travel. The reason we do this is to pick up any floor variance in case the door is to bottom out in a certain area, so we can make our door not hit the floor when it's in operation. So we're going to record the number at the 90-degree opening, in this case 58 1/16, and at the 45-degree opening, in which it measures 58 inches from slab to benchmark. So this is our field measurement form, and you can tell it's been filled out with the measurements we retrieved earlier. Here's our benchmark, arbitrarily set, and we established that with our 50-inch. So we established all our top numbers, so you can see I have those written there, and our bottom numbers from the slab to the benchmark, and then our door swing numbers. So the reason we have our numbers as separate instead of total is so we can see any variance in the ceiling and or floor. In this case here, you can see that the ceiling actually begins to go up as our numbers increase from the benchmark, and our floor also begins to dip down, and we know that because we established a benchmark and measured to those points. In this case here, this final piece of glass will actually be a 1/16 taller than either of our 2 larger panels, because the ceiling begins to go up here and the floor goes down here. And that's the reason why we need a benchmark established and not just total height. It's also important that you only write the numbers separately and do not add them, as that'll be done by a Muraflex project manager. Make sure that you fill out the bottom section that tells us where you took the measurements from. In today's case, we took it from the slab and our gyprock bulkhead. Fill out your name and a phone number we can reach you at in case we have any questions or need clarification on the numbers you have written. Finally, when we take our width, it's going to be a finished width dimension. In the case of this elevation, it will be from drywall to drywall, indicated by the WD in the top corners. For our width dimension, in this particular instance, we're going from drywall to drywall, and since I'm by myself, I'm going to use the tape along the floor and record the number that is shown, 94 1/2. Or you can use your laser distance measure, set it on the drywall, and ensure that your laser beam is on the edge of drywall that you wish to measure to, and record as indicated. So we just took our width dimension, our finished width dimension, and you can tell I wrote that number right there, 94 1/2. Again, it's very important that the width is your finished width opening that is actually going to be built to on site.